We've all heard it, right? Praise it, chase it, celebrate it, hard work. But what if our obsession with the grind is actually holding us back? I think it's time we question everything we've been told about effort.
I mean, does this sound familiar? You're putting in the long hours, you're juggling a dozen tasks, your calendar is just a rainbow of busy, but that sense of real progress, it just feels out of reach. If that hits home, you are definitely not alone.
For generations, we've been sold this really simple story about success. But what if that story is flawed? In this explainer, we're going to deconstruct our cultural obsession with effort and explore a smarter, more effective way to think about our work. Okay, so first things first, let's unpack where this intense pressure even comes from. We live in a culture that basically preaches the gospel of hard work, day in and day out. You see it everywhere. Hustle, grind, rise and grind. These aren't just words anymore. They've become the default language for ambition. They create this powerful, unspoken rule that the only path forward is one of relentless, nonstop effort. Just think about it. From school report cards that praised good effort all the way to our very first jobs, the message is always the same. If you just try hard enough, you can achieve anything. It's a simple, comforting story. But as we're about to see, it's also dangerously incomplete. And that incomplete story brings us right to the first big problem, the myth of a pure meritocracy. You know, the idea that effort is the only thing that really matters. This is the equation we're all handed. It's clean, it feels fair, and it puts all the responsibilities squarely on our shoulders. If you succeed, it's because you worked hard. And if you fail, well, the story goes you just didn't try hard enough. But reality is so much more complex, isn't it? The true formula for success isn't a simple one-to-one relationship between the effort you put in and the outcome you get. The truth is, success is more like a recipe with a ton of ingredients. Effort is a huge one, absolutely, but it shares the stage with so many other powerful factors. Having the right strategy, being in the right place at the right time, the undeniable advantages of privilege, and sometimes just a dose of pure, simple luck. You see, when we believe effort is the only factor, we burn ourselves out trying to control an outcome that's influenced by so much more. It leads to frustration and a feeling that we're somehow failing, when in reality, we're just playing a much more complicated game. Realizing this forces us to make another really critical distinction, the one between being busy and being truly effective. Ask yourself this: is an hour spent answering unimportant emails as valuable as an hour spent developing a breakthrough product? Of course not. And yet our grind culture often celebrates the appearance of work over the substance of it. This is what we can call performative effort. It's the theater of work. Staying late just to be seen, sending emails at all hours to prove you're on, filling your day with meetings that go nowhere. It feels like work, it looks like work, but it doesn't actually move the needle. So how do we escape this trap? It starts with a simple shift in focus. First, you have to identify the few tasks that will actually produce the biggest results. Then, you gotta be ruthless about eliminating or minimizing everything else, the busyness. And finally, you start measuring your success by what you accomplish, not by the hours you clock in. Now, this isn't an argument for laziness. Not at all. It's an argument for precision. It's about directing your energy like a focused laser beam, not a scattered spray, so that your hard work finally pays off. So, if we put all of this together, what does a healthier, more productive relationship with effort actually look like? It represents a complete mindset shift. The old way glorifies burnout and sees the hours you put in as a badge of honor. But the new mindset, it recognizes that rest isn't the enemy of productivity, it's an essential ingredient for it. And crucially, while the old way says just work harder, the new way understands that without the right strategy, effort is just wasted energy. If you take anything away from this, let it be these 3 principles for a new way of working. 1, your effort must be strategic. 2, rest is not weakness, it's a non-negotiable part of the process. And 3, shift your entire focus from activity to impact. Ultimately, the goal here is to reclaim the idea of hard work, to rescue it from the culture of burnout, and transform it from a blunt instrument into a precision tool, one that we can use to achieve what truly matters to us. So I'll leave you with this. Before we rush to rise and grind tomorrow, maybe we should first pause and ask ourselves, What if the hardest and most important work of all is choosing where to direct our effort in the first place?